Hi, my name's Kings Elliot, and you're watching The Music Enthusiast.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Music Enthusiast, and today I'm here with Kings Elliot. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you very much, Sarah. How are you?
I'm so good. I'm so excited to be talking to you. I woke up at 4 a.m. because I had work, but now I'm here and I'm so excited again. Obsessed with your new singles. You're on tour with Imagine Dragons. Like you have a show tonight, you had a show last night. Have you gotten sleep?
Yes, I did get sleep. In fact, yesterday we played Albuquerque and we had to clear the premises right after Macklemore's set because they were closing anyway, boring. But anyway, that meant that I was back at the hotel pretty early and I went to sleep. And I like slept 9 hours and I woke up and I was like, this is crazy. Like people on tour don't get sleep, whereas I was just like, I'm sleeping 9 hours, it's fine. It's so it's really good. I feel really good. We're going to Kansas City today, so actually today's a travel day. So after this interview I go to the lobby, we go to the airport, and then tomorrow we play another show in Kansas City.
Amazing. Yeah, gotta take advantage of sleep when it comes your way.
Yeah, I was like, okay, good night.
Exactly. Yeah. And how's it been, like, first of all, opening for such a big band at big arenas, big places, and have you seen people sing along to your songs?
I have. So it's only been 2 shows, and it was especially the first one was Salt Lake City, and I didn't think that anyone would even, ever have heard of me. So I was so surprised when I saw there was like people on the left and the front that was singing the lyrics, and then people on the right, I saw a few singing lyrics. Then the security guy was like, my daughter is a fan. I was like,
oh my God.
Yeah. And I was like, no fucking way. So it was nuts. That was mind blowing because I was like, it was crazy. So it made me feel really safe and good. And I was like, okay, this is the first show and it's going to be amazing because these people already made me feel really good. So
yeah, it must be amazing. Like, I know me especially, I just listen to the openers if I don't know them already, and then I become a fan of them, and I'm just like, I'm more hyped to see the opener than the actual headliner. Like, in the end,
that's the people I love at the shows, when they're like really interested in what, like, who the opener is, and listen to the songs, and they get obsessed, and then it's like, yes. And then I feel really good because it's hard because you're playing to people never, it's a stadium, people are still finding their seat, you're playing your songs, no one's ever heard them before, or most people haven't, and so it can be very daunting. It can be very scary. I always appreciate when there is any like person in the audience that like is hyped for my set.
yeah, in the end, like, their energy makes you more energized.
Yeah, definitely. It make me feel much calmer.
And what is your most fondest musical memory?
I mean, if I just go for the last few days, right, that because I think the last few days have topped already a lot of my musical memories in my life. This is my first tour, and when I was watching Macklemore's set, he was like, give it up for Kings Elliot. I love her music and I listen to her EP all the time. And I was like, yeah, that's really cool. So that was one of my favorite memories so far of my life, actually, not just musically. And then he came up to me afterwards and he said that he just loves the EP and stuff. So I was just, my mind is just blown, to be honest.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
On to the new singles. Again, I'm obsessed. Butterfly Pen was recently released. It's absolutely beautiful. The music video is very authentic because some days you just want to be in bed and do nothing. And there's like ballerinas. Like, can you talk to me about this music video? Because it's so like pleasing to the eyes.
Thank you. I put a lot of thought into it. I randomly thought of the idea. Well, I just knew that I wanted to be lying in a bed for the video because that's what the whole song represents. It's that really depressive phase where you cannot move.
Yeah.
And for this whole, obviously we announced the EP Board of the Circus, and we announced, I posted the artwork, and it is that sad clown imagery of me. And that is like the thing that I always saw with this EP. I just had this visual in my head of this sad clown, because for me, sad clowns have this beautiful melancholic thing about them that to me represents like mental health struggles or depression or my disorder. Like, to me, that's what it represents somehow. Like, I just find it, and I find it so beautiful and sad at the same time. And I don't know, I just had that image in my head. So to me, I wanted to have a dancer represent that as a sad clown. She was obviously doing ballerina stuff, but she's also just, dancing and just expressing in a painful way. And I wanted that to represent what's going on in my head while I'm just lying. I think that's what I often think is, like, you see the face of someone and you don't realize what's going on behind in their mind, whereas the sad clown is like, it's painted on the face, the sadness, and that's kind of like, that's really what's going on inside is that sad clown. And yeah, that's kind of like why I wanted it in the video. If that makes sense. That was a bit long-winded.
It does make sense. And it sort of like ties back to your first EP, because sadness can go with like feeling lost. And the first EP, the cover arts are literally like a little comic imagery of someone lost like in the woods. Like, so that's insane how it just correlates. And I want to talk about the specific lyric. Actually, the first lyric in Butterfly Plan, it's "Maybe I'm bored of the circus." So did the lyric come before the album title, or was it the other way around?
Yeah, the lyric came before. So
Okay.
we wrote the song, and then I was like, bored of the circus. We wrote it, and I was like, that is the EP title. I texted my manager like a year ago, and he's still got like the text, and he's like, I just knew. And the EP wasn't even like, none of the songs were there. It was just, I just knew that should be the EP. And because to me, metaphorically, it's like, circus is also like a metaphor for like my brain, what's going on in my head, like all the mental health stuff, all the stuff going on, and it's like, I'm just bored of it. Like, it's just too much, that's kind of what that stands for. Yeah, it makes perfect sense, because some days I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
But you continue on.
And days when like you don't, like, what do you do to just like get out of your head?
Well, it's hard to get out of your head.
Yeah.
I think sometimes if it's too far gone, like lately, it's been really hard with panic attacks. I thought it would be better, because I've done a few shows now recently that I didn't have panic attacks, and now I've had 2 shows and I've had 2 panic attacks, and it's exhausting. And I've noticed with me, when it's too far gone, you already feel it's gonna happen. You can't, there's no way to stop it. I mean, I don't think there is, for me anyway, because your body is reacting, something's happening, you just have to ride it out. That's how I see it anyway. So I usually, if I can, I've got sort of like the 2 people that I call that are there for me. Obviously, I don't have that now because of the time difference. So I think that's why it's been a bit worse, maybe. So, and what I do for myself, I mean, I just have to ride it out sometimes, and just cry and breathe. Sometimes I put on some show on my laptop to try and distract me. But I do think it's hard to get out of your own. I mean, I don't have it figured out. Otherwise, probably I wouldn't write these songs if I had it figured out. But yeah, I'm still working on how to manage it, because I dread it. I don't want to have this anxiety and these panic attacks. It's really quite exhausting.
Yeah, for sure. But beautiful art comes from it. So
yeah. Yes. Thank you.
No problem. And what is your comfort TV show?
Well, at the moment, Stranger Things. I just put Stranger Things on. And I love How I Met Your Mother. I don't know. I think I watched it when I was like in school, and now I just watch it on the side because it's just funny. Friends, just all those like basic ones. I know they're really basic answers, but they do just, you just put that on in the background and it's just like, it's nice. You can just, it's nothing too intense and you can just watch it and you're like, okay. Oh, my biggest one. I forgot. My biggest comfort is RuPaul's Drag Race. That is my biggest comfort. I love that. And I actually met RuPaul and I told him, I was like, your shows have like helped me through depression or through like really hard phases. And anyway, I got to tell him, which I'm very happy about.
That's so insane. Like my comfort show is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's my favorite ever.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay, I need to, maybe I can watch that, because I hate when I've watched something multiple times. I do want to find new things, so maybe I'll check that one.
Yeah, for sure. And I've been watching The Circle, but it's more of a guilty pleasure. Like it's
Yeah. I've heard of that. I think that's on my list as well. I want to see that. I love sometimes that's the stuff, the trash TV stuff. Like you hate it, but it kind of just comforts you, and it's like fine.
Yeah, exactly. But I just can't stop watching.
Yeah, I get it.
And you have like a ton of pets. So if you could describe your music as an animal or one of your pets, which one would it be and why?
My music. Oh, I think it's like, sorry, I'm just thinking of them and I'm like, I think, well, the one that is the most like me, which maybe is the most like my music, is probably Summer. She's my youngest one, and she has a lot of anxiety, and she's very scared, and she's very, she's a bit traumatized, so I feel like she is probably she's me as a bunny and my music, I guess. Loppy is the other one who has a lot of anxiety that he deals with. I love how I'm just treating them like humans, but yeah, he gets very troubled, and so I think that those two.
Amazing. Well, not amazing, but I love how you describe them as your
and they're all rabbits, by the way. So I have 4 rabbits. That's like the that's the family, 4 rabbits.
I just have fish, so I'm a bit jealous, but
fish are cute.
Okay. They're a bit boring though. Like you can't pet them.
I know. I have it's very special when you can cuddle your pet, where you can't do that with. It's the same with like turtles and all those ones. They're wonderful to look at, but you can't pet them, which is always very sad. I get it.
Exactly. And my last question for you is, who are your favorite artists right now?
Completely in love with Until I Found You by Steven Sanchez, and I saw him live in London the other week, and it was awesome. So I love Steven Sanchez. I don't want to be basic, but obviously I really love this new song by Joji, which is like,
oh yeah.
So I'm like, wow. And I've just discovered him, so I'm like, this is amazing. I'm terrible with remembering. Like I usually, I kind of live under a rock. What do you listen to right now?
Remy Wolf.
Okay.
I am obsessed with her. Who else?
It's hard on the spot, right?
Right. Like I listen to so much music, but they just all disappeared for some reason.
I know. Do you know what? It happened to me live on radio in the UK. It was my first live radio show, and he goes, and it was the most basic question, and he said, "What UK artists have influenced you?" Like, and you could say anything. You could say Queen, David Bowie. You could say anything you want. The Beatles. You say anyone. And I was like, I completely froze, and I didn't have an answer, and I panicked, and I just. So I didn't say anything. It was silent for like 3 minutes until he was like, okay, well, we can move on and stuff. And I was like, it was so embarrassing because it was like the most basic question, and it was on live radio, and my grandma was listening, and it was
Oh my God.
And everyone was just like, I just went blank because I was like, what if I say something that isn't British and I say it accidentally, and then it would be so embarrassing, and I suddenly questioned all my knowledge, and I was like, anyway. So yeah, on the spot is always hard.
Yeah, But I just thought of another one. He's from Montreal, actually, which is where I'm in right now.
Oh, mate.
It's Child, but with 3 eyes.
Mhm.
So good. His new album.
I need to check out.
Oh my God, you do. You'll fall in love. It's very like atmospheric.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so good.
Nice. Okay. I will check it out.
Amazing.
Child with 3 eyes.
Yes. Thank you so much for chatting with me. It was so much fun.
Thank
And
you.
I will hopefully see you live whenever you come here.
Yes, hopefully.